Right, so this is a short video, which is just to explain how to set up Windows or Putty to be able to connect to an Amazon EC2 instance. Amazon EC2 strongly advises, stroke forces, you to use SSL certificate encryption to connect, not just on passwords connecting to Linux instances. Obviously, reason for this is that you can't brute force them. You will need the actual SSL file to be able to connect. So we're just going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So when you actually set up the instance, it prompts you very much in your face to set up this certificate, this PEM file down here. Once you've actually once it actually generates it for you and you download it, you cannot get it again, so you have to keep this safe. If you get into a situation where you do actually lose the PEM file, it means you have to create a snapshot of the image and then close down your existing instance and then bring up a completely new instance, which will create you a new security file. But try not to lose that file is the key there. Okay, so we'll just show you how to do that. So there's a file. It's going to be done through Putty, but you have to actually Putty from if you're just connecting via Linux. You just use the PEM file, but if you're using Windows, you need to create your own PPK file. I don't actually know the difference between the two or why, but you do. So if you download this Putty, I'll just show you that quickly. Actually, if you download puttygen.exe, just Google that, and you'll be able to sort of find that. It's a free download, obviously. So you just go and just say you want to load an existing private key. So we'll go to AWS. It tricks you a bit. You have to select all files. We'll load the PEM file, get a message, and then you can be falling into thinking you need to generate where you need to move the mouse and save public keys. It's not, it's very simple. You just load it, save private key. Are you sure you want to save this key without a passphrase? You can actually create an additional passphrase, which is an extra layer of security, but we won't do in this instance. So we just want to select, it's going to be called email marketing .ppk. So I'll save that. And if we go to the actual file itself, we should have a .ppk in there, so that's good. So we go into PuttyGen. I'll delete the one that I've made earlier so we can do this in afresh. So all I'm going to do is go into the my Amazon EC2 instance and get the IP address, or DNS name if we was being more disciplined around the setup, but we'll stick the IP address and then we're going to call this email marketing AWS. So there's a couple of things we need to do to add the SSH key in there, so we'll just browse to the PPK file. The other thing that we need to do is give it a username. So the default username on Unbuntu is Unbuntu, not root. You can obviously change that for better security reasons. One thing that we do need to remember is to go back to session and then save. Obviously anyone that's used Putty knows it's not wonderful at remembering this sort of stuff, so you have to actually force a save. So I'm happy we've done that, so we'll just go ahead and try and connect to that. Refused our key. Well, it didn't like that. Okay, so let's close that one back down. Let's have a little look at why we think that is. SSH. Okay, probably didn't save it. Okay, so stick that in there. Short data. We've got us Ubuntu. Go back to session. Let's just email AWS. I'll just put a v2 in there. So save this. Just make sure that I've got the right IP address. Didn't select the wrong one. No, I did. It's the 160. So save that. And there we go. We're in. Wonderful. And that's pretty much it.